Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Giselle Mills. For those of you who are new, welcome and welcome back to my subscribers. Today I'm going to be telling you guys about the books that I bought for my birthday. My birthday was on the 29th of October. So I decided to buy myself a very belated birthday gift. I didn't buy anything for myself on my birthday. I was quite busy that day, I had to work. But just recently went to the bookstore and I decided, hey, you know what? It's time to reward myself with a little gift to celebrate life and the fact that I'm still here on this earth after 29 years. And I absolutely love books. So books are like the best gift for me. Books and or money, of course. Who could say no to money? Because hey, you could use the money to buy more books. I bought 3 books. I wanted to buy many more, but you know, limited by budget. And not just limited by budget, but by what books the bookstore had available. So one of the books I bought, this book called Washington Black. I heard a lot about it. It's written by the author Esi Edugyan, and I hope I'm not butchering her name too much. And I heard a lot about this book, so I decided, you know what, let me check it out. And I was very happy when I saw it in the bookstore. It's about a boy whose name is George Washington Black, and it's set back in the days of slavery, and it takes place mainly on a Barbados sugar plantation. So we have a Caribbean setting, which of course I'm quite glad about because, as you guys know, I like to promote Caribbean books, Caribbean authors, and stories generally set in the Caribbean. So it's basically about this boy who is the manservant of his master's brother, and apparently he is framed or blamed for a murder, and because of this, during this time period, automatically his sentence would have been death because he was black and a slave and, you know, probably thought to have killed a white person. So he has to flee from the plantation, and it's basically, I believe, detailing his attempts to escape and all the horrors and so that he probably endures because of the fact that he's black, he's a slave, and apparently he's on the run with his master's brother. And the back of the book says that it's a story of self-invention, betrayal, love, and redemption. I figure it probably has heavy themes because of the fact that, you know, it's a slavery era sort of novel, but I'm quite interested in reading it anyway. So I bought this one. The second book I bought is called The Underground Railroad, which is written by the author Colson Whitehead. Now, again, I've heard this book being talked about. I haven't read anything by this author. So I decided, you know, let me see what he writes about. So I picked it up. I heard many good reviews. I know again that this is probably going to be very heavy on the emotional sorts of themes because again we have a book being set during slavery era. It's about a young woman who is enslaved on a plantation in the US, in Georgia to be specific, and she's trying to escape. She heard about the Underground Railroad, which was a scheme or a kind of attempt by enslaved persons and abolitionists to try to rescue slaves by taking them through secretive passages and underground, literally underground, to escape from the southern states of the US to the northern states where they were more likely to be freed and treated better. So in this book, I believe Cora, who is the young enslaved female, she tries to escape from her life as a slave on a plantation in Georgia, and it details all that she endures in order to try and reach this elusive freedom. And the third and last book I bought for my birthday is also by the same author of The Underground Railroad, Colson Whitehead. It's called The Nickel Boys. I believe this book came out this year, so it's his most recent novel. And again, we have a similar theme, not slavery, but this book is set in the civil rights era. And it's about this young man who is of African descent. He lives with his grandmother, and he is sentenced, I believe, unjustly to serve a term of imprisonment in a juvenile center, which is called the Nickel Academy. I believe he's also sent there with his friend as well. This Nickel Academy is a place where boys who are deemed to be delinquent are sent to be reformed, but in reality, they endure many horrors, much abuse, tension, violence, all sorts of atrocities. And this novel is actually based on a real life story, based on a similar kind of reform school in Florida, which was operated for 111 years. and during that time many abuses were endured and suffered by the children who were forced to live at that place. So I know that this book will also be another emotionally kind of draining one. It probably will be tugging at my heartstrings because of what the characters may endure in terms of abuse, probably beatings, verbal, physical abuse. This book and the other two books, which I only now realize seem to have a very similar theme. When I was buying them, I didn't realize, that I was picking up books which are very heavily centered on abuse and the hardships faced by Black people in America in particular. But it can't be ignored. It's a topic that needs to be discussed because it's very, very relevant, and such abuse is still happening and very, very rampant today, particularly in America, where, as you know or may not, many Black persons and persons of color are being targeted and hunted down and shot and imprisoned unjustly. So these themes are very, very relevant, and we can't run from them, we can't hide from them, can't turn a blind eye, because it will just continue and things will just get worse. Right now, I'm trying to delve more into genres and topics which usually would have made me uncomfortable. I want to get out of my comfort zone and expand my thoughts, expand my knowledge, so that I'll be able to relate more to persons who endure such hardships. So I know it's gonna be tough, it's gonna be probably emotionally draining. I may shed a few tears, but it has to be done, and I want to read these books. I want to see the point of view of the authors who wrote these fictional tales, which are of course based on real life stories. And if you've read these books, also let me know what you thought about them, whether you would recommend them or not. So guys, those are the books I picked up for my birthday, and I will get to reading them sometime soon, but they're not on my current TBR list, but I will probably try and sneak in a few if I have time. So guys, thank you so much for watching. If you're not subscribed already, please feel free to do so. It's nice and easy and free. Just click that red button, as well as the notification bell, so you'd always know whenever I post a new video. I'm very active on Twitter. You can find me at Giselle_Mills. I also have a website, which is GiselleMillsBooks.com. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope to see you in another video. Bye.